Welcome back to Show and Tell with BTL. You're not Andrew.
I'm not Andrew.
But you are a cautionary tale
Oh, that
of
sounds
why
like...
you should take different airlines
Oh,
when you
this is
fly as an
true.
office.
This is true.
You were back from New York.
I'm back.
So where's Andrew?
Andrew is stuck
In New York.
in New York, which he should know better because I'm the understudy for Show and Tell. And, you know, he's not here, I'm here. So if I shine too much, he might not be here anymore.
You make it sound like we are a good enough entertainment to have an understudy.
Well, I'm hoping there's a talent scout out there. So maybe.
You've already been in the business.
That's true.
I mean, you can literally call a talent scout
Well,
that you already know.
I would like, you know, there's something called the comeback.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm super excited about today's episode.
Indeed.
But we have to talk about this weekend first.
Yes.
We have Pretty Woman coming up.
We do. We've been waiting a long time. It feels like it's been so far away for so long, and now it's finally here.
Right. You know, it feels like our entire season was so long ago, and now we're finally wrapping it up.
Yes. It's bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Yes.
But after completing pretty much our first season, what do you think?
It was a lot, like in a good way. I keep going back to like, I feel like I've been in finals week over and over and over again. You know, finals week where you're like, you're burning the candle at both ends and you're keeping these crazy hours, but you're all in it together. Mm-hmm. So there's something like really nice about going through this monster experience together. And then it finishes and you just feel so happy that it all went well. And that just happens
That's a great way to
over
put it.
and over and over. And now we're at the end.
So, Pretty Woman is the end of the season for
Yes.
us. You know, we've already announced our 24-25
Yes.
season. But today, we have some awesome guests.
We do.
You know, several weeks ago, months now, when we had Simon and Garfunkel, we had Dave Anderson come on and play.
Yes, our local celebrity, Dave Anderson. Indeed.
So, you know, last week we had Jim Athens, Broadway professional.
Yeah, he's
now,
done a few things.
We're bringing some rock professionals with Dave Anderson and Mike Roberts.
Right.
Who are arguably the two most known musicians from Huntsville.
Absolutely.
So let's cut to a break and we'll be back in just a few minutes and we'll have that awesome duo right between us
Yes.
here.
Welcome to Hollywood! What's your dream?
From the big screen to the Broadway stage, Pretty Woman the musical.
Pretty Woman, May 10th through 12th. Get tickets at BroadwayTheaterLeague.org.
Buying or selling your home, why not trust a legend? Huntsville native Karen Farrell can make the process fun, exciting, and easy. Enjoy the biggest investment of your life. Call a legend, Karen Farrell of Legend Realty, 468-4626, or find her on Facebook.
The Deep Comics and Games has the largest selection of comics, board games, and toys in North Alabama. All your favorite games such as Ticket to Ride, Munchkin, and Catan. Trading card games such as Magic, The Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. Miniature games, Warhammer, Star Wars, Flames of War, and all the supplies you need to get them ready for play. Selling your collection, The Deep is always buying and will give you the most cash for your stash. The Deep Comics and Games, 2310 South Memorial Parkway, just south of Office Depot.
Welcome back to Show and Tell with BTL, the Rockstar episode. Yeah. As we have Dave Anderson and Mike Roberts in the house with us this morning. So, welcome back. How does it feel? You were the first person we've had on twice in one season.
Well, what can I say? Popular demand.
It actually is
true.
popular
Long run.
demand.
It's true. We got a lot of hits on that episode.
We did.
Yes. Oh, we got groupies. Wow.
That's what we should have done. We should have brought the groupies in here
We
first.
should have. We should have. All right, cut.
Room in here.
Get the groupies.
Anyhow, as you guys know, we have Pretty Woman coming up this weekend, which is Mother's Day weekend, by the way, don't forget. This would be a nice present for y'all's moms. Or
I actually, 2
significant
months ago,
others,
got
or-
tickets for my wife's birthday.
Okay.
So we're
Excellent.
going.
Nice.
And I imagine you and Kim are going to be
I'll
here.
be checking that when I get home today.
Nice.
Thank you for the idea.
You're
Yes.
welcome. You're welcome. Later on today, we're going to have you perform Pretty Woman, which is, I love Roy Orbison. So, but we just saw you at Porch Fest this past weekend.
Ah,
So,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about your musical journey.
it's a, first I tell you, Porch Fest is a great event for local and regional musicians. We're honored to be a part of it. We have a new CD out called Wise Men and Fools, and it's on our website with all our links. It's 5o'clockcharlie.com.
5o'clockcharlie.com. All right.
Band.
Nice.
They are a great band.
And great name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love MASH.
Oh, yes. Good,
So-
good.
We've had a chance to interview him already. Tell us how you really got into playing music.
My mom is a singer. She loved it, and we would always sing in church, and I always wanted to play. So one day, my parents got my brother a guitar for Christmas, and they got me a little game. And I guess a couple of months later, we traded, and I never looked back. I've been playing my whole life. I love it.
Cool.
I've seen you play many times.
You have.
I have.
And you came back anyway.
So give everybody a reminder of how you came into the music world.
My dad used to play drums, and I used to watch him. He'd crank up the stereo and play drums, and he'd let me get behind the drum set when I was 4, but I always wanted to play guitar. I had toy guitars, and then I got a real one in 3rd grade, and I haven't looked back either.
Okay. Now, you were talking while we were off camera about an event these two recently did together, and you had questions.
Yes. I'm going to screw up the title, but it's 5 Guys and 4 Stools.
5 guys on stool.
On stools. Did I just make up the 4 stools part?
That's probably better, I think.
Fantastic, yeah, it is.
I was so confident in my head.
So
We shared one.
they play the music while they do musical chairs.
Right. Exactly.
It was really fun because they've done it for off and on for years, and I've always wanted to do one, and they asked me to do it because it's been usually Noel, Donnie Cox, you, and Chad. Did he used to do it? Yeah.
Chad did it.
So I was honored to be asked to do this time, and Tommy Shepard too.
Yeah.
God, he's an icon with that. So it was great to do that with those guys.
He knows lots of chords.
Yeah. Well, I just remember like all over social media, people are like, this is the best night of music in Huntsville history.
It was fun.
I mean, people were pretty intense with their feelings about y'all.
And it's actually interesting because what prompted us bringing you guys on here was him coming in and asking me about that.
Yep.
I'm like, I've known Mike for years.
Yeah.
And
I've known
I
Dave
didn't
for
get to
years.
go, so, but it was
Yeah.
good.
We've known each other for years.
Yeah, see?
You probably know each other
Sixth
longer
grade,
than
I
all of us
think.
Oh my
together.
gosh, we should all go bowling.
Right.
I don't know why, but we should.
As good as anything.
I'm in.
All right, we're in.
I've got the shirt and the shoes. It
See?
says Barney on it, but
Oh, all right.
So, what are some of your musical influences right now?
Right now, the Black Pumas.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to a lot of Black Pumas. I'm listening to a lot of Robin Trower lately, and Roy Gallagher. Just rock and roll.
Okay. And what about you, Dave?
I listen to the same old stuff, but my kids have always turned me on to new music. So, but actually, my new thing is a band called Fanny that I never knew existed, and it's an all-girl band that started. They put their first record out in 1971. David Bowie was quoted as saying that the most important rock and roll band ever was Simply Disappeared, and I can't believe. I don't know if you've heard of them. I never heard of them, and I just went down that rabbit hole. There's videos, and I watched a documentary, and it's incredible.
Thanks.
And
Wow.
they before the Go-Go's, and of course the Go-Go's, the Bangles, Cherry Bomb, the Runaways, they all cite them as influences because they were the first ones that could really play.
Okay.
Because back then males didn't want females to play guitars and drums. Now there's tons of them, which is great.
Right.
But
fantastic.
So he gets real bad going down rabbit holes. He finds something
Yeah.
he's interested in, and boom.
Oh yeah, like at night, just going to YouTube, the YouTube. What am I, 99 years old? Just going to the YouTube. But no, I'm gonna check it out now for sure because I love that. And you know, of course, I grew up with the Go-Go's and the Bengals, and you know that was my prime teen years. So
Yeah.
Cherry Bomb is actually one of my favorite songs. It's funny you happen to bring that up.
Nice.
So we're going to cut to a break right now and come back and talk a little bit more music and things you guys have coming up.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys in just a few minutes.
Star 99.1 makes it easy to listen, win, and start your day with the early morning crew with Kevin and Miss Josie. Search WAHR Star 99.1 and download our free app to listen. The early morning crew with Kevin and Miss Josie. Weekdays 5 to 9 on Star 99.1.
The brand new Broadway season, Stellar, presented by Broadway Theater League and Oasis Inc. Welcomes Tina, the Tina Turner Musical, Clue, live on stage, Mamma Mia, the hit Broadway musical Peter Pan, Les Miserables, and Six, the musical.
We're Six.
Visit BroadwayTheaterLeague.org.
We've been rocking the Tennessee Valley for over 20 years. Rockin' 95.1 with Jimbo and Cassio in the morning, Shay Fox in the afternoon, Jack Spade at night, and Johnny Mays rocking your weekends. Huntsville's rock station is Rockin' 95.1.
Welcome back to Show and Tell with BTL. I'm Will.
David Anderson.
Mike.
Kip.
So when we left, we were talking about musical influences. So I want to turn the tables a little bit before we get to the serious questions.
Uh-oh.
What is your favorite Broadway show?
I'm with Jim. I'd say Chorus Line.
Okay.
I actually played in Chorus Line in college,
Oh, nice.
and
I had no idea.
but in the tryouts, once the dancing came about, I snuck out, and the director said, "Anderson, come here." And I said, "I can't dance." So he taught me into doing it, and I eked through it. But the ironic part is one of my characters was my character was one of the people that actually got the job at the end, which anybody that was watching the play would know. He would not get it.
What was your character?
I can't remember his name,
can't
but it's the
remember?
one that goes, gonorrhea.
Oh, Mark.
Mark, yes.
Yes. Mark Philip Lawrence Tabori.
Right, yes. Senior moments.
Gonorrhea. Oh, yes. This is the gonorrhea episode. Welcome.
You said this, so you're going to come.
Okay, Mike, what is your favorite Broadway show?
I have a favorite. Really, I watch Broadway, but I'm not huge into it. Now I'm getting used to it. I have a couple of friends who act, and they've slowly showed me the light of Broadway. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just I'm always busy writing songs, and I don't. I get in that recluse mode and sit in my garage and write music. So I'm there most every moment. I'm off and allowed. How about that? I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But I love Pretty Woman. And
there you
I also
go.
love Cats too. So
Okay, he was actually in the touring version of Cats.
I was a cat a long time ago.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
cat were you?
I was Monkastrap. He's the one that's like stands like this and he narrate. He's the narrator. He's the MC. I feel like Andrew all of a sudden.
It's so hard for me to even imagine how much concentration it takes to act and remember all the things you're supposed to remember as you entertain.
I often joke, singing and dancing at the same time while acting, I can't even imagine it.
Agree.
And you have a big tail that weighs like 3 pounds that throws you off of your pirouettes.
When I watch a Broadway
That's crazy.
show, the only thing I can think of is how are they doing that? How do they
Yeah.
do that? So
That's exactly what I think too.
It's for the young.
we were talking last night about that.
Yeah.
You know, when you play a part, you have to know the part before you entertain.
Right.
So
Sure.
if you don't know the part, you try to entertain, it's not going to sound very good.
Right.
That's a good point.
So
It's a lot to juggle.
yeah, it is. So I think with Broadway, that's 3. That's one more than I can do.
Don't worry, it's 2 more than I can do.
2, but I can't do the 3. Yeah, those favorites.
So how is it, you know, Kip brought it up that Broadway's for young people, but you know, how is it aging through the music business? I mean, for both of you guys. Because we're all young and invincible.
Well, that's my hip.
Oh my!
Well, we do tend to talk about our health issues when we all get together now. It's crazy, but it's a challenge. But you know, it's. I think that we talked a lot about, you know, the things that we could do in our 20s and things that we took for granted. There's a lot that we can do that we're not as young and stupid. I mean, I'm pretty stupid still, but there's certain kind of grounding factors that, if you could combine them, it'd be great. It's the cliche. If I knew now what I knew then, what I know now. But there's a certain amount of zen to it that I think comes with age.
And we definitely don't want to get arrested for most of the things that we do that are stupid now. Instead of the stuff that we did when we were stupid when we were younger. Definitely
there's that.
I like how you put it. There's a lot of zen to it. I mean, because just think about artists I grew up listening to and then seeing them perform now. That's a great way to put it. It's very, very zen-like thing.
Yeah. I also feel like for me, when I was younger in my 20s, I remember like people that were a little older than me, like mentors I had, were always like, just get out there and work. Do every single job you get. Just work. And sometimes I used to be like, but shouldn't you just take the jobs you really want? Or, you know, and no, I agree. They were right. Because every job you do, you learn something. And sometimes the jobs you didn't want, you're going to learn the most from.
They make you better at the ones you love.
They make you way better. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
So, Mike, what do you have coming up?
We got Camp to Amp coming up on the 11th of May.
And where's that at?
It's at the camp
in
Mid City.
In Mid City.
It's cool.
It is.
Lots of bands, lots of food. Lots of crafts stuff.
It's a cool thing.
It is, and it's pretty sure it's free to the public as well. We play at, I think, 3.
Okay.
Maybe 3:15.
Like there's that much accuracy in rock and roll.
Right.
3:19.
And what do you have coming up?
The band I tour with is actually, we're playing in Huntsville June 28th at Mars, Atlanta Rhythm Section.
I already have tickets.
A little nervous
actually.
local show, but
yeah, that's huge. There's a
so
lot of
when
us.
you have a local show, I mean, in Huntsville, you're a big name. Do a lot of people come out? I mean, do you?
I hope so.
Get that experience? I mean,
well, tickets have sold really well, so I'm hoping so.
Have you played in Mars yet?
Yeah, I've done a couple things in Mars.
What do you think about the sound?
I'm fine with the sound. I've heard a lot of bad things about it, but it was fine when I played there, and I've been to quite a few shows, and I thought it sounded pretty good.
Well, I will tell you, the guy that's over Mars Music Hall now, his name's Andrew Burton, and I've never seen anyone in our building working to improve their facility more than he is. I mean, every day they're tooling
It's a
something
great
in
venue.
there.
It's a really great venue.
I did the first wedding. I officiated the first wedding in Mars.
Wow. Are they still married?
That's the question.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Well,
you
he
did good.
officiated my wedding, and we're still married.
Oh, wow. All right.
So, I know that your son is an awesome musician.
I think he is. I'm a little biased. I think he's pretty darn
Do your
good.
kids play?
My son Stone played. He's no longer with us, but he was really good and did a lot of great stuff.
He was one of Jude's favorites.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Awesome. And what else did you have there, Kip? I feel like I'm carrying the show, dude.
Well, yeah.
You're not Andrew. You're not living up to your spotlight moment.
So, what do you have like an arch enemy in the Huntsville music scene? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Let me turn this thing off.
Hot mic.
The only enemy I have in the music, the music scene is myself.
We don't talk
my
arch
only enemy in
enemies.
the music scene is
We don't
myself.
talk arch enemies because ours will find us.
Yes.
It's the penguin. I'll just say it. It's
the penguin. There you go. No. I do have a question though. Is there? I mean, you guys have both done so much and done so much for the Huntsville music scene. Is there anything that you would like to see happen here that hasn't happened?
I think there's a lot of really good stuff happening. I think
Yeah.
there's some great young artists. There's great opportunities. The music office and I think there's a lot of cool stuff going on. So it's really a good time to be playing music in Huntsville, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's way easier than it was in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Way easier than it was.
Yeah.
And even the early part of 2000s. You
Yeah.
know,
How-
only
so-
a few places.
How has YouTube changed music? Because we talk all the time, but you can just find all these different resources on YouTube that he didn't have coming up as an
Oh,
actor.
you mean for learning?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
for learning.
It's everything. I mean, for me, it's two things. It amazes me how many great young musicians, how much more they're advanced than we were at that age. And I say this not to discredit that, but they do have a lot of resources. We have vinyl and slow it down and do this or rewind the cassette. So they do have it easier, but that doesn't take any of it away because there's just some great musicians.
Okay.
You agree?
So, you guys about ready to play for us?
Oh, yes.
This is, all of Huntsville is waiting for this. I'm just
Yes.
telling you.
Yeah.
So, we're going to cut to a break and come back and see some of the best Huntsville musicians around.
Have you listened to Mix 96.9?
The 80s, 90s, and more.
With the best variety.
Mix 96.9.
Fun and upbeat.
Mix 96.9.
The best variety of 80s, 90s, and more.
Mix 96.9.
Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream?
From the big screen to the Broadway stage, Pretty Woman the musical.
Pretty Woman, May 10th through 12th. Get tickets at BroadwayTheaterLeague.org.
Pretty woman, walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I like to be. Pretty woman, I don't believe you could be true. No one can look as good as you. Verse 8. Pretty woman, won't you pardon me? Pretty woman, I couldn't help but see, pretty woman, that you look lovely as can be. Are you lonely just like me? Wow. Pretty woman, stop a while. Pretty woman, talk a while. Pretty woman, give your song to me.
Awesome.
You guys make that look
Yes.
so easy.
Yes.
Is it easy?
Yes and no, maybe. That was tricky. That's all. Roy Orbison was pretty clever, man.
So, how often do you guys get to play together? Or?
Not nearly enough. We were talking about that last night.
Not enough.
We're going to change that.
I mean, it's really like
we
you
grew
guys
up
have been
together.
playing together for forever. How good y'all
Yeah.
just did. You have an awesome Roy Orbison story, don't you?
Yes. The band I play with, ARS, half of that band was Roy Orbison's backing band in the 60s. And they were called the Candyman, and they morphed
Nice.
into ARS. So many great stories.
That's cool.
Like one of them, the best one is the last night on tour, and this is before you could flip a switch for your keyboard to change keys. Dean, our keyboard player, learned it a key up, and they tuned his guitar up, and everybody played it higher. And when they got to the song, Crying, he's singing, and he looks over there and goes, "You sons of..."
Oh, behind the scenes.
Heard some great
Yes.
stories.
I can only imagine what it'd be like to tour with Roy Orbison.
Oh, they said it was great. They said it was the nicest guy in show business.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
I love
I
hearing
got to
that.
see him in the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh,
That's Mecca.
It was in Chicago. And
Oh man.
but it was not all the Traveling Wilburys. It was not all the Wilburys. I'm trying to think. Tom Petty was there, but
Well, Roy passed after the first record.
it was right after the first record because I was still a teenager.
Yeah.
Right after the first record came out. So very neat.
Yeah.
here. Well, what's to say after that?
I mean, it's very. I thought ending with you guys and we come out and talk for a minute, but it's hard to follow that up.
Yeah.
Shucks.
So, thank you for coming. I mean, this is so special for our viewers. Yes.
I will say this: one thing we do
Nice to see
at Broadway
you.
Theater League.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you listening, Kip?
Yes.
Is every time we bring a show in, we have an educational class for local students. We might have some backup people there.
I think so. These high schoolers, yeah, they'd be into it.
You got voluntold something.
I know. Sorry, we're talking on the side.
So
you're going to inspire the youth of Alabama. That's all.
All about that.
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming on and doing this. Hopefully, it will
Thanks for
inspire
having
you guys to get together and play more.
Oh yes. It's
That's something we would love to see.
serendipity.
Yeah.
And
We'll be
thank-
there.
And we're going to see you both at Pretty Woman this weekend, right?
I'll be there.
Uh-huh.
So, with all that being said, Pretty Woman this weekend, BroadwayTheaterLeague.org, and one more round of applause for these two.
Yes.
See you guys next week.